Welcome to Yoga with Annette. We're going to do a gentle yoga and we're going to include a prop. And I bet this is something you can find in your house. It is a chair. So we're going to start on the ground and we'll work our way to the chair. So first thing you're going to want to find is a surface that is non-slip, and make yourself comfortable sitting on the ground and be thinking, or grab a chair. You can pause this and get yourself set up. And in the meantime, I'll get us ready to go. All right, first thing we're going to do is check in how we're feeling. I think this is a really important time to stay focused on that. There is so much happening so fast that people either have a tendency to get so full of adrenaline they're over responding, or shut down and create a case or a shell around you so you can't feel anything because it's too much. And so either way, we're gonna begin with a brief meditation. Make yourself comfortable, find your easy chair, your Sukhasana, and closing the eyes. And then tuning into your breath. Feel the breath washing in and washing out. And notice how natural that feels. Like the wind or the water. The passing phases of the moon. The sun rises and the sun sets every day. You take an inhale in and an exhale out. Let your body sync with that. We'll move into some sound. Allow your nervous system to drift away on the single note. Imagine it like ripples on the water. And as the ripples go out further and further and further, they soften and flatten. Allow your nervous system to do the same. We're going to take another deep inhalation and let it go. And then begin some movement with the arms. Take an inhale, reach up, turn to the left side. One hand in front, one in the back, fingertips. Exhale, reach and look over that shoulder. Inhale, fingertips touch over to the other side, come down, exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, that's when you nudge with the fingers, press and turn, look over the shoulder. Inhale, fingers touch, let those nerve endings find each other. Exhale. Hands to heart, press your thumb into your heart, find your heartbeat. Set your intention for your practice. Maybe it's to get grounded, find peace, a distraction, connection. Find yourself at home in your own body. Send your intention up into the lotus. Pinkies and thumb touch. Send it out. Release, drop the chin down. We're going to start with a one-legged wide angle. So send one leg out. I'm going to send the right leg out. You can mirror me or you can follow directly. Lift the sit bones up, plant them. We're going to slide the same arm down as far as you can go, and then lifting up and back with the opposite arm. And if you're drishti, you can follow the fingertips do. Maybe even try that 180 degree where you're looking at the fingertips on one hand and then reverse it, looking at the fingertips on the other hand. Release it down. I'm going to come into the stargazer. Knee in hand, lift and rise. Exhale, bring it down. Coming into the other side, send the opposite leg out. Hand slides down. Wherever you can grab, whether this is a knee, and even if you're straight up, remember you're in a forward, half back forward fold with a straight spine and a straight leg. Any distance you get down is just adding more. Maybe looking at both hands. Bringing it back down, plant the hand under the shoulder, lift and rise. Lucy likes to do yoga with Annette too. And drop it back down. We're going to send both legs out wide and walking your sit bones back. Let yourself come up tall, and if you flex those feet back, you probably already feel a really great stretch here. You can stay right here or walk yourself forward. Maybe even resting a forehead. Find any depth that you want in this. I'll hold it for about 30 seconds. I'm going to walk those hands back. I'm going to bring this whole thing into a cobbler, soles of the feet together. And a few rounds of cat-cow, either the 2 fingers around the toes or the finger basket. I'm going to do 2 fingers so I can give my shoulders and my back a little more room to come into the cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, belly goes forward, crown and sit bone reach back, and then exhale, squeeze your belly back, curve it out. Inhale, come forward and up like your heart is lifting. And exhale, reverse, open up your shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. We're going to release the whole thing. Legs go straight out in front of you. We're grabbing the big toes again, bring it forward. And then we're going to release it. We're going to bring ourselves to standing and bring the chair into the equation. First place we're going to go is just sitting in the chair, and we're going to bring ourselves into a pigeon sitting in the chair. So bringing one leg up, and you want to be just behind the knee with the ankle, and here's where we're going to go. Just like if we were seated down on the floor, flexing that foot, grabbing the foot, setting up the leg, and then gently, same hand, I have the right leg, right hand, whatever side you're on, just make sure it's the same. Gently adding a little bit of weight, a little bit of pressure to the inside of this knee. The purpose is to feel it in the hip. So pushing that knee down, same time foot holding it, maybe even lifting it up a little bit, and creating the pigeon. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds because we're doing a video. At home, hold it for as long as you want. 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And throughout the day, you can practice this without even looking at the video. Just as you're sitting in a chair at work or at home, these pigeons are just as beneficial sitting at home in your chair as it is if you were sitting here in class. But I know the best part of class is the structure, me too. Now we're going to release this, And we're going to bring up the other side. Take the time to set it up. So the leg on the ground, we're stacking the joints, knee right above the ankle. So you want to create that 90-degree angle. And then here, remember the kneecap, give it all the space it needs. We're going to bring that ankle back, pressing in on the knee, holding the foot. Now if you can come up tall and let yourself even kind of wiggle into this, feel into it. Part of feeling everything that's going on right now is feeling in our body. Feeling in our body trains us to feel in our mind. And when our mind and body connect, we make room for spirit. It's all connected. So getting in and doing the physical work is beneficial, not just for the physical body. It's a three-legged stool, and they all three work together. So moving in here, just take a nice deep breath and let it all go. Find your structure, find your strength, find your foundation. Lower body work, and it grounds you. All right, gonna release this. Now we're gonna come into a rock the baby. So we're gonna go back to the first leg. Bring it up and hold it. Remember, and rock the baby on the ground. Maybe side to side, up and down. Notice how it feels in the hip. And then if you want to bring it in a little bit more. And side to side, up and down. And if it hurts or if you feel sciatica moving around, just stay still. All right, we're going to drop it into a seated eagle. So that same leg crosses. Now if you want to wrap the toe around, you can. Both arms come out in the front. Right arm goes underneath. Elbow forward, knees forward. Squeeze it in. And then release it all. Shake it out, let the blood flow back. We're constricting the blood flow with the eagle. So to become the phoenix, we have to release. Let yourself start over. We're gonna bring up the opposite side into rock the baby. And maybe you stay here or work your way into something deeper. And it's taking the time to wiggle in and really feel the pose. And notice how you feel in the hip. And then we're going to release that leg. We're going to cross it, maybe wrap it. Setting up for eagle in a chair, both arms forward. You want to open up your shoulder blades, reach. Create as much extension with the arms as you can for the wrap. Left arm under the right, and sink it in. Release and let it go. We're going to come into another simple chair pose. This one is so nice for your back and your shoulders. It's a nice release. So turn your chair. You're going to put your hands on the back of the chair. And you're going to step yourself back so you've got an alignment with ankles, knees, and hips, grabbing onto the back of the chair, lifting your head up like we do with a down dog. Drop through, head goes past the arms, sink your shoulders in, send your sit bones back, and find the length in your spine, inch it back, sink it in. You want to feel like your chest is pushing through and your shoulders are opening up, dropping, like we do with a melted heart. My arms are hanging here, my body weight is hanging here, my weight is in my heels, opening up the spine, opening up the shoulders. You can do this on your kitchen counter. Wonderful thing to do for yourself once a day. And I'm just breathing all the way through my body. I'm exhaling through my heels. Keep your heels grounded to the earth. I'm going to take an inhale and come out of there. All right, going to come into a modified plank. So we're going to step back. We're going to bring our hands to the edge of the chair. Bring your feet back. Lower your elbows in. Keep them at your side. Drop it in and just holding it here. So we're creating a weight resistance. And you can lift up as high as you need to. Even if you have your arms all the way up, you can feel them working. You can feel the resistance. You decide with dropping the elbows how low you want to be. And let's just hold it here for another 10. And then come back out. Now let's step the feet forward this time. Let's come into this again with elbows, like we would a dolphin on the ground. So you got your elbows on your chair, weight in the heels, drop it in. And where are we feeling it? Hamstring stretch from the tailbone down to the ankle. And with my elbows wider than the shoulders and dropping my heart through, I feel it in the shoulders, upper back, chest. And up we go. I'm going to do a little more with the chair since I brought it out here. How about a warrior? Let's sit in your chair. And we're going to come into warrior legs. So I'm going to send my right leg forward, left leg back. I still have my sit bones on my chair. You can sit in as deep as you want or not. And we're going to come into warrior 2. Modified with the chair. So if you know someone who can't make it to a yoga class, someone who's housebound, share some of this chair yoga with them. It can make a big difference. And even if you're fine in a stand-up class, I challenge you to try to do yoga in a chair. It's good for the brain. All right, coming into a side angle. Pushing that left hip forward. I love the sunshine. I feel so lucky. And we're going to bring it back, reverse the warrior. That's my male lady. I love her. She's the best. And then we're going to bring it back. Come forward. Now before we do the other side, goddess pose. Once again, trying to get the toes out, legs at a 90-degree angle as close as you can. We're going to inhale, come up, open up the shoulders, and into a full moon. Relax it out. Warrior 2, the other side. Trying to keep the 90-degree angle, the leg in the back is sealed, and into the second warrior, Virabhadrasana 2. In a chair. And then the side angle. Maybe you can see the Olympic mountains behind me. They're so beautiful in the spring with their snow. And then into the reverse warrior. Breathe through the ribs like we would if we were standing. And then release the whole thing. All right, I'm going to let go of the chair for now. And we're going to come back to a seated position. And we're going to come into a spinal twist. Haven't done that yet. Sit bones down. And let's start with, I'll mirror you right leg long, left leg over the top. Set up the sit bones. We're gonna start with the same bent leg, left arm behind you, lift up with the right, and then either hook an elbow or grab a knee, whatever you can do to get traction, that's what it's about. On the fingers in the back, lift up and over the shoulder, exhale, squeeze it in on the exhale. Other side, inhale, same thing, wherever you can grab or push, the idea is to give yourself leverage, exhale. Inhale forward. Switch it out. Same leg, same arm, lift. That's just to give you space to get into the turn. Inhale, come forward. Both legs long. Forward fold over the top. Get your sit bones, walk them back. Create space in the body. Inhale, reach up fingertips. I like that. Exhale, over the top. Inhale, like a sun salutation. Exhale, over the top. Inhale, salute the sun. It is beautiful today. Thank you. Gratitude for the sun. Exhale, right over the top. And then inhaling it in. Okay, we're going to come into some standing balances using a chair if you choose, or not if you don't. We're going to come into a tree pose. And if you want to keep a finger on the chair or hand on the chair, bring your leg into pose. We're going to do both sides. You can leave one hand on the chair. You can bring both hands behind you, grabbing elbows. Someone's practicing social distancing in their helicopter. One hand on the chair, one hand to heart. Or this hand can come around and grab the inside of this elbow. And maybe even both. Take the hand off to see how you do. Then we're going to cross this leg over the front. Hold on to the chair if you want to. Come into a crescent stretch. And then we're going to move it into an Ardha Chandrasana. Holding on to the chair, we're going to send that same leg back. And then turning in sideways. And coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Using the back of the chair. I don't normally use the chair, so it feels easier and more natural for me to go down on the ground. But this definitely is going to create a base for your balance. Then we're going to bring it all back, and we're going to come into the other side. Creating the chair base, working from the legs up, and then deciding what to do with the arms. Leave your hand on the chair, maybe come into a bind. So the bind rolls your shoulders back, it's a heart opener. Maybe both hands go in the bind. Unbinding the hands first, bringing them to heart. Still gonna have a hand on the chair. Bring that leg forward and cross it. And then we're gonna come into an Ardha Chandrasana. Sending that chair out. Leg goes high and turn in sideways. hand comes down, arm comes down. Then we're going to open up a plank. We're going to use our chair again. We're going to come back into the plank that we were in earlier. So you had experience with that. Arms can be tall. And we're going to turn sideways and lift. This is going to feel different in your shoulders than it does when you're on the ground. Sometimes it's good to do things differently. I feel my biceps and triceps both working. Not as much as my core as when I'm on the ground. And then we're going to come into the other side. Square yourself off first, just like we would on the ground. Turn sideways. And we're going to release the tension that we created with the arms doing the plank, coming back into that modified down dog we were in earlier. Hands go on the chair, setting up your heels under your sit bones, and then dropping in. We're going to come back up tall and come into a spinal twist in a chair. Nice seated position. We're going to take an inhale, just roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, and we're going to go to the side. Left hand to the outside of the knee. You can grab the back of your chair if you like, and you're looking over it. Back forward. Just think you can show people how to do this in your dining room chair tonight when you eat dinner. Remember, the exhale is where you pull it in. Now, if it works better to put your arms somewhere else, wherever you feel like you can get a grip, because the idea is you're nudging, pushing yourself in. Come forward. We're going to come into a straddle twist. So when we do this in a tall position, we have our feet wide on the mat. So we're going to come forward while we're still on our chair. Plant the left hand, inhale, exhale. Squeeze it in the exhale. Bring it down, come back up. If you have a block or something to help you get up taller, you can. Bring it down. Here's a modification. If the leg straddle doesn't work in your chair, just let your legs be in front of you, a little bit wider than normal. Drop a hand down or bring it in like you would in a sideways stretch and lift up. Bring it back in like a side angle, except in a seated position. You feel it lower in the spine. Every time you make a modification or change, don't think of it in terms of, oh, well, that's easier, that's harder, or that's better, that's worse. Think of it as it's different. Forces your mind and your body to work together in a different way, and that's always a good thing. Bring it forward, turtle back, so you're curving it out. I know I have my jacket on, it's harder to see. Open up your shoulder blades, curve like the turtle, like the shell of a turtle. Come forward, and then just open up your spine, open up the shoulder blades. And then bring it back up. Legs come together. See if you can hug your knees in like we do on the ground. Roll the ankles. Now, just like when we're on the ground, one leg long, the other knee in, into wind release pose. Let's take an inhale, let the wind or the air go in the lungs, and then as you exhale, squeeze your knee up to your shoulder, maybe even open up your blades, exhale. Inhale it away, making space in the body. Use your belly to push out. Exhale, squeeze it in, squeeze it out. Inhaling and exhaling. Switching out the legs. Inhale while it's away. Exhale, squeeze it in. Use your arms too. Biceps, triceps working here. Inhale, making space. Using air to create lightness. Exhale. Cat back. Squeeze it out. Inhale. And exhale. Both legs down. Gonna come into a forward fold while I'm still seated on this chair. Let's just roll ourselves down with that turtle back, get as far as we can. Fold over like your knees want to come down and meet the forehead, or your forehead want to come down and meet with the knees. And then roll it up. Okay, we're gonna come down onto the mat now to finish up this yoga sequence today. A lot we can do with the chair. And the next time we meet, I'll probably want us to work with the wall. So be thinking about which wall in your house would work for yoga, and you might have to take down a few pictures. And it'll keep us, we'll have fun with this meeting digitally and creating new challenges every time we get together. It's actually going to spice up our practice. And then we can celebrate when we all get back together, but for now, this is a great way to stay connected. So to come in here as a way to finish, going to do a little core work. So we're going to put sit bones on the ground. And we're going to come into that boat. Modified boat would be put the chair where your feet are. I'm going to let you use your imagination there. Or just stay in a regular boat. Core muscles on, back muscles on. Find your strength here. Now we're going to bring it down into a canoe. Since we have this nice water behind us, right? Get out your canoe. Come down and hold it. I'm going to come down in 3 increments. Come down again, hold it. One more time, hovering. Don't let your shoulder blades and heels down. Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Feet go up in the air. Come into a leg inversion. Child's pose. One leg long, the other short. Change it up a couple of times. Bring it all together. Then we're going to come into knee knocking. Knees to go together, toe heel, walk the feet out. Rub the hands together. It's going to take me a while to warm them up outside. And then cup the eyes. So I want to sit up and show you what cup the eyes looks like, because I know when I'm laying there it's hard to tell. Your palms fit perfectly over the shape of your eye. It's this Fibonacci sequence. Leonardo da Vinci knew this. There's parts of our bodies that are just perfectly in tuned. There's this sacred geometry to them. Part of the sacred geometry is the width of your palm fits perfect the width of the eye, which is much bigger than we know because of our eyelids. So you lift the eyebrows up. Take the palm, wrap it around the eye, literally. You should feel the warmth. You can feel the pressure, nice and light, fingertips up. And when you do that, you create this sense of calm. You create this soft darkness. You create a place for you to recreate and connect with your own energy. Your hands are full of beautiful energy. Heart chakra. Hands are an extension. You've heard made with love or made handmade or homemade. That's something that's made with your love, your intention of love from your heart. So let your eyes absorb that. Let yourself look into the nothingness, getting ourselves set up for Shavasana and some sound healing. Then we're going to release everything, the knees, the hands. Let the legs go up tall. And we're going to either reach to the toes or reach to the back of the legs 3 times for sit-ups. So take an inhale in and out. Working breath in. Exhale, reach up. And either grabbing the toes or grabbing the back of the legs. We're going to hold it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it down and breathe. 1 round, freebie. Then take a working breath. Exhale, reach up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Building strength here. And then take another working breath. And as you exhale, peel up and hold it. Hug the knees in. we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana and sound healing. Legs go long. Place your hands wherever you want to on the body. Maybe heart and belly, upper belly, lower belly. Maybe you just want your hands palms up and just receive whatever comes down. Close your eyes, soften in, and allow yourself to experience Shavasana. This bowl is attuned to water, the blood flow in the body, the water behind me. Let the energy and the blessings of the water enter your body now. Carnelian is the earth energy. Allow the bones of your body to become one with the earth. May you feel at peace. May you find your abundance and your blessings. May the world be still. May the world be healed. May the world emanate love. Namaste.